Today, I'll speak about the Aghori Sampradaya in depth, our own Sampradaya. Please understand, I myself physically never ate human flesh, never smoked marijuana, never drank the urine. I myself never did any of this. But all the principles of Aghora Sampradaya, the spiritual principles of Aghori Sampradaya, I have experienced in depth. My own predecessor, Bhagavan Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, a great yogi, my godfather, himself is Aghori. Always used to live in the cremation grounds of Tiruvannamalai. I'll speak different aspects of Aghori Sampradaya, their principles, basic attitude towards enlightenment, their lifestyle, spiritual practices, food habits, the language they use, the concepts they explain, the place they live. I'll speak on every step of Aghori Sampradaya. All I am trying to do is approach them with a little respect. Don't condemn anybody before looking in depth. Aghoris never killed people. They were never violent. I can say in a way, they only disposed the dead bodies and reduced the load on human society. Whatever you don't want, dump. They disposed it. They reduced the load of human society. They never waged wars. They never killed people. Only when somebody is dead, naturally, to liberate that person, they consumed a bit of that human flesh. Understand? When that human flesh is consumed, the person is liberated from all the biomemories. It is literally a powerful way of liberating. And not only that, your stomach, intestine, is the place where you are vulnerable to your biomemory. Please understand. Any signal which destabilizes your intelligence from enlightenment starts from your navel. Whether lust, anger, agitation, greed, fear, anything which takes you away from your enlightenment centeredness, takes your mind away from enlightenment, takes you away from superconsciousness. That signals, those engrams, starts from your navel. If your navel is powerful enough to digest human flesh itself and makes the human flesh part of its own flesh, it will be so strong, it will not allow any biomemory, any signal which will destabilize you from your consciousness. Please understand. If your navel, either it should be soft enough to digest even prana and convert it into samana, means pure vegetarian stomach, pure sattvic, or most powerful, even human flesh will be digested, will become part of its body. But if you are in between, you are caught. If you can only digest animal flesh, if you have the habit of only digesting the animal flesh, neither you have a sensitivity to digest pure prana or the strength of digesting human flesh, you are caught. Digesting pure prana means ability to live without food. Directly taking energy from the air. Then your whole stomach will be so sensitive. If you are in that peak of sensitivity, again, your navel will not budge for any signal, any biomemory which destabilizes you from enlightenment. Either you are Dakshinamurti, sitting at the feet of the banyan tree, sitting below the banyan tree in Yoga Mudra, filled in silence, or Kala Bhairava, who can digest anything, but both are one and the same. I tell you, both are one and the same. There's no difference. Some fellows used to abuse me, saying that they want to see Shiva only as Dakshinamurti, not as Aghori. I tell you, he is both one and the same. This is exactly the principle of Kala Bhairava. Understand, very introduction to the Aghori Sampradaya, Shiva's ordinary human society, because it starts with death, where ordinary human civilization ends, there Aghori's life starts. I tell you, actually your life starts only when you die. Please understand, only after the physical maturity and you start your worldly life, marriage, making money, kids, you understand your life starts. If you ask a middle-aged man when your life starts, naturally he will tell, yes, when I got married, when I started my business, that's where my life starts. In the young age, you don't understand when life starts. If you ask a 14-year-old boy, he will think his life has started. But only at the age of 40, he will realize his life has started only after he started making money and relationship and life. Same way. Now if you ask a middle-aged man, he will think his life has started. But after getting matured, if you ask the man who is already dead and lived 2-3 lives consciously, ask him when your life starts, only he will be able to tell life starts after death. Aghori is a man who has already died at least twice. Died at least twice consciously. So his very introduction starts with the skull which he had in the last life. Most of the Aghoris, when they come back, they will be able to find where they left their past body, get that very same skull. It's like Tibetan lamas coming back and getting the very same prayer wheel they used, the very same room they stayed and meditated, the very same monastery in which they lived and taught. Aghoris, when they come back, they search the place where they left their bodies, find out the very same skull they had in the last life. It is constantly reminding them. Please understand, when you had this skull working, seeing, tasting, listening, what all worries you had, how all those worries are useless for you now, the same way the worries you are having now with this skull functioning will be useless in the next time. So any worry, suffering, pain which comes as a side effect of your skull functioning is useless in your life, powerless in your system, weightless in your consciousness. To remind you this great truth again and again, and remind others this great truth again and again, Aghoris sit with their skull, their own past birth skull. Aghoris, by their very presence, act as a last nightmare for people. Constantly they wake you up. Aghoris are the powerful whistleblowers. Understand? They are the whistleblowers of Maya. Constantly waking you up from Maya. They are not socially polite. But I tell you, they are the most cosmically sweet people. If you are sleeping, in the dream you feel like you are seeing the dream of a tiger, lion and a snake chasing you. You are running, about to jump into a water, into a river and swim and escape. But suddenly you see in the river there is a crocodile. You are screaming, help, help, help. What will be the real help for you at that time? If somebody comes and gives you the rifle, will it be the real help? That is what all these social service-based religions are doing to you. You are screaming, life is bondage, life is suffering. They come and tell you, oh my son, don't worry. We give you bread, butter, medical care. Do you need a religion at that time? Which will give you some mantra, kriya, technique to drive this lion away. After 12 years, if you practice sincerely, that is what these foolish Gurujis go on doing. At this moment, you just need a person who will say, come on, wake up. You will wake up, oh God, it was a dream. You just need somebody to tell, wake up. You just need somebody who will blow a whistle, tell you, wake up. You don't need socially polite religious service organizations giving you bread, butter, care, love, education, medical care. Finally, ambulance service. Aghoris are whistleblowers. Their skull is the whistle. You know only two kinds of people, social, antisocial. Aghoris are the most non-social but never antisocial. They are the ultimate whistleblowers. In India, so much ruckus is going on. So much of fasting, dharna, fight is going on to protect the whistleblowers about the corruption, about the mining, the social problems, the political problems. But nobody understands. Aghoris are the cosmic whistleblowers. They need to be protected. Most endangered species on the planet Earth is Aghoris. By their very presence, they wake up people. People who don't want to wake up go on abusing the Aghoris. I am here to present and represent Aghori's side of the stories. There is not a single case where Aghoris have done something illegal, antisocial. They are such blissful people, living their life, never interfering with the society. They don't even come inside the city. They only eat what you rejected. They only live where you never go. They only wear what you have thrown out. They never interfere with your life. But you go on abusing them. They don't even speak in the language you speak. Their very language wakes up people. It's a primal sound from Swadhisthana which hits your very Swadhisthana, which wakes you up. Whatever you call as amangala, inauspicious, is mangala for them, auspicious. They are the most auspicious, powerful yogis. Never you will see a Aghori who is ill. Never you will see an Aghori who is depressed. Never you will see an Aghori physically ill or mentally ill. Never you will see an Aghori who is feeling he is poor. Never you will see an Aghori who is feeling he is not a leader. You will always see a Vedantic sannyasis who are physically sick with big tummies, can give only Ganesh darshan, because in any other bhava your body won't fit. You will always see Vedantis who are mentally sick, depressed. You will always see a Vedantis who feel they are slaves and they can't achieve. But you will never see a Aghori who is physically fat, bellied, or mentally depressed. They will neither have physical fat, mental depression. Conscious sickness means feeling fate is everything. They neither have fat nor feel fate. They know their destination. They know their destiny. They know themselves. They are not just children of Mahadeva. They are sparks from the fire Mahadeva. I give you the secret of language of Aghoris. Any sound you create from the Swadhisthana and do not interfere through your social politeness and release is the language of Aghoris. And that sound awakens everybody's Swadhisthana and liberates people from fear. Understand? The sound created from Swadhisthana, which comes out unedited by your social politeness, is the language of Aghoris, which directly hits at your Swadhisthana, awakens you from all the nightmares and fears. In the West, they have something called primal therapy, where you are asked to scream from the depth of your being, where all the stored up, suppressed fears are released. The very language of Aghoris is this. I don't know how many of you guys will be able to take it. I can give the true Aghori sound now. Enough. The sound of Aghoris. The moment you hear, you wake up. Just for those few seconds, I left the socially polite identity with which I interact with you all and allowed the prana to come from the Swadhisthana as it is.